Welcome back to the Next Level Show. This is your Friday episode with your two hosts, Jonathan Alvarez, myself, and Mr. Gabriel Contreras. Mike, he's busy saving hungry children. Now it's his turn. He's an Avenger. He got called by who's now in charge of the Avengers?
Who is? I don't know. I don't know. I have no
Is it
idea.
like let's just say Peter Parker needed him for like a situation back in New York.
Let's go with that. Yes,
There we
this
go.
is true.
That's
He drove there. And
yes.
any time he sees, like, for instance, a burning building, a cat, up in a tree, he stops,
Yep.
takes out his ladder, boom, knocks it down.
And basically, he's like the fill-in for Thor right now, based on his beard. So
This is true.
This is like the whole situation we got going on with Mike. We got to share him a little bit, unfortunately. No, I'm just kidding. Mike is basically right now doing some last minute stuff before his new gym opens up. So he had to go out of town the whole week, but we hope to have him back soon. And just a quick reminder, people, like when I share these episodes with friends or just new people that haven't know how we do things, go to the bottom. If you're watching this on YouTube or listening on any audio form, if you just scroll down on the episode, you'll see the timestamps of where we talk about different topics. So if you want to go to a particular thing that sounds interesting, go ahead. You can go right there. We make sure that we make this super accessible, easy for you guys as the listeners. Other reminders, if you are just listening to the audio form, do us a favor and go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's slowly but surely growing. We want to get it to at least 100 subs in the next month or so. I think it's a totally doable goal.
Oh, for sure.
But we're gonna need your help to do so. And hope you guys like the content that's coming out. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, message us on Instagram at the Next Level Show, or you can message us individually. Our Instagrams are linked in the bottom as well. You can send us a quick message. All that good stuff. Now,
great stuff.
I have to share with the listeners. I'm house sitting right now, and I'm not only just house sitting. I'm dog sitting as well. So I'm kind of doing the whole thing. I'm right now currently in my house recording just because I have everything set up. The audio, making sure that I know this place is going to make the audio sound clean. I don't know. With all the distractions, there's going to be 3 dogs in the background running around, barking, playing. It's work, man. I forgot how much energized dogs, not old lethargic dogs, like they get very lazy. Nah, man, these dogs can play and play and play all day long. And dude, I get tired of watching them. It was time for bed and I didn't sleep at home. It was just a mission. It's dude, it's so crazy because when I was younger, I felt like I could sleep anywhere and not care. But now, you buy the sheets that you like, the pillows that you like. You have the temperature at what you like. You have your nighttime routine, which is super critical. And last week, I've been crushing it with my sleep schedule, just on point, getting some good quality sleep. My dog knows it's nighttime; she just goes to bed. I was sleeping on and off because I felt like I wasn't. You can tell you're not home, so I'm not fully at ease, if that makes sense. And nothing wrong with the house, though. It's a beautiful home, and the dogs were just kind of they're confused too. They don't see their owners. I understand. So just getting them all situated was a bit of a hassle. It's also because I have my dog as well. She's a pup still, so it's a bit of a headache till I was able to settle them down.
Do you feel that way when you go when you're in a hotel? The same kind of way, kind of, or not so much because you actually pick it?
It's different because I pick it. No, it's not. It's you know what it is? It's because I'm not. Usually when I'm in a hotel, it's because I'm on vacation mode. So I'm not going there with the thing I'm working right now. Unless I am, it's different. But this is the thing about the hotel that I'm not watching dogs. When you're watching dogs, anyone that owns dogs, it's not just you just let them out but if they're bigger breeds that require the space and they require the time to exercise and move their body, a little dog can get away with just running around in the house, and that's their energy. They burn energy that way, and they'll just be bouncing around, but they just take up so little space that it's almost insignificant. My little dog, we never had to walk her because she's just so small that she runs around the house and she can run full speed and get that big dog experience indoors in my apartment. But the hotel situation, I'm not watching dogs. I'm just there relaxing. And dude, It's usually they're very comfortable beds. I would even say that a good idea for people that are trying to de-stress and they're not trying to spend a lot of money. It depends right now because everything's super expensive, but go to get a hotel for a weekend. It's not to be super far. Just get out of town, just slightly, an hour or so away and get a nice hotel. Look for something reasonable and just relax. Just have a weekend where you just chill. Just go by the pool, sleep, catch up on some stuff. And the best part about it is because the hotel, obviously, they come and clean your room. You don't got to worry about organizing. That's the thing about the hotel that I feel is relaxing, that I actually get really good sleep.
Well,
Dude, I'm not worried about getting up by a certain time, usually if it's a vacation.
yeah.
And I don't have to worry about picking up. Obviously, I just make sure my stuff is organized so no one steals my shit. But like it's so just you never know, man. You never know. You can't be too
No, that's
trustworthy
true.
these
That's
days.
true.
Especially when I'm in other countries. But you just wake up, put your stuff on, you can leave the bed undone, and you come home, the bed's all done. The best places, honestly, are cruises for this. If I always tell people, some people say cruises are boring, and you might be that person listening, like, gosh, fucking cruise. I'm tired after like 2 days. I already explored the boat. I'm done. I don't necessarily feel like you need to be on a boat for like a week, unless you're going to like certain places that are important to you. But 3 to 5 days is more than reasonable. And the best part about a cruise, my favorite thing actually, besides the tax-free purchases, I can buy like watches very expensively for zero tax. Great way to buy watches, by the way. I bought a couple on the cruise ship, but no, it's the relaxation piece. Dude, I never feel so relaxed when I travel and I go on a cruise. I have to do that again once this whole like the end of the world is born again and we can kind of just do shit. Um, yeah, man, I go on a cruise. The best part is that you get there. When you travel on a plane, there's a whole process, right? You have to get there super early, gotta find parking, gotta wait in line, gotta go through TSA, gotta get on the plane. Then you're uncomfortable because the seats, usually depending on where you're going, are not that great unless you buy first class, which I
Yeah,
don't
they're not.
usually, unless I get a last minute promo. And versus a cruise, you get there, you check in, register, passport, whatever, your little security, get on the ship, you turn in your luggage at the door, you get your cards, and then you go and start your vacation. The ship hasn't left, but you're full relaxation mode. Food's ready, drinks are available. You can be right by the pool instantly. It's awesome. That's the best part about a cruise. Not because of the ship itself necessarily. Yeah, there's cool stuff, but dude, so relaxing.
Yeah, we've been looking to do that to go on a cruise. Actually, the my youngest, her birthday's coming up in a month, a little over a month, and she was like, she wanted to do that. She's like, I just want to go on a cruise for a couple of days, like 2 3 days. And we're like, sure, So we just we've been slacking on looking on some dates and booking it because just school started this week, so it's just been crazy and insane and getting Jennifer's classroom all set up. Um, it like legit. It was like a small family business because we were there for like damn near the whole day until they kicked us out of the school because they were closing up. So we actually we do want to do that. We do want to experience it. We haven't. We've heard great things about like cruises, good times. In particular, with it's going to be a Disney cruise, is what they're looking to do. Price is actually pretty cheap, so we're looking to do that next month. And funny you mentioned about the hotels. When you leave and you come back, everything's all done. Anytime we go to a hotel, we always put the do not disturb because we're just like, now we're good. I'm fine. We
Mhm.
got it. And I tell you how, like, how anal that I can be. As soon as I get into a hotel, I gotta, for instance, organize everything. If we're gonna be there for a couple of days, I take out all my clothes from my luggage, put it in the drawers, section it out, go
Mhm.
into the bathroom. I put all everyone's toiletries up and stuff like that, and get it all set and organized and stuff. So I'm a little, I know I'm a little much when it comes to that, but that's something that we enjoy. Now, with a cruise and relaxing. So you're around a whole bunch of other kind of people. Everyone's there with you. If you want to do something that's relaxing that has away from basically everybody, there's an option. NASA, they're actually going to give an option for this.
Oh yeah.
If you, yeah, did you? No, no. Well, here, hear me out. Hear me out. Let me see. Where is it? I think I had it here. So if you want to get away from it all, just text NASA and say, hey, they'll give you an opportunity to live on a fake Mars for a year.
How much does that
That's
cost?
well, it's experimental, so they're using you as essentially like a guinea pig, so it's free. it's they're taking applications for. Let me read this to you. The agency has opened up applications for 4 people to live in a 3D printed Martian habitat it built inside its Houston headquarters. NASA will use this experiment to help prepare for actual missions to the Red Planet. And here are your job responsibilities, because again, it's an application, and it's essentially for work. Mm-hmm. So you go on simulated spacewalks. You eat space food, grow crops, kind of like Matt Damon did in The Martian, and play around with virtual reality equipment. You coexist with 3 strangers in a 1,700 square foot room for 1 year. So that's if you're up for that. Now, here are some qualifications that you have to have. American citizen or permanent U.S. resident, age 30 to 55. So I just made the cut. A master's degree in science, engineering, or math-related field, or be a fighter pilot. So I'm out. Must not derive pleasure from looking outside of windows, because there aren't any. So if you're cool with all of that, and if you want to get away from everyone outside of 3 other individuals like you, and you have a master's degree in science, engineering, or math-related field, then there you go. Something for you.
All of that disqualified me. I'm not at age yet, and I don't have a master's in anything besides podcasting and training. But
PhD.
A PhD. No, it's that's pretty badass though. I mean, it's only going to get more. It's only going to get more readily available in the future with certain things, depending on how the world is in the next couple of years.
Well, allegedly, I didn't read the report, but there was a new report speaking on climate change and speaking on the status of the environment and all these these weird ass temperatures, because it's hot as hell right here this couple of weeks, but it's been always hot as all hell, right? So it's nothing out of the norm for us. Exactly, it's Florida, right?
But I know. But me being in Florida, I understand what you're saying.
Yes. So other places and other kind of like climate environmental phenomenons are happening, and it's kind of like getting a little bit out there. But yeah, they're saying hey, we need to make some kind of changes really quick. You ever seen that movie Day After Tomorrow?
Yes.
So essentially that we are living the plot of that, except that maybe just not so close, maybe a little bit more extended, because they're saying within a decade or 2. Which may sound like a long time, but it really isn't.
Oh no, I'll be only 40 years old roughly.
Yeah.
So no, 50 about that time, 2 decades.
Yeah,
so
take your.
I still think I'm 20, but
yeah, no, you're not. Take your recyclables and throw them out in the trash. Maybe.
I mean, I grew up like that, man. My mom was always super anal about littering. Since I was little, she would scold me if I even threw a wrapper on the floor. So it kind of carried in me into my older years, where I always recycle and do both. I try to be very mindful of things. That's stuff that you can control, right? This is the stuff that where you tell people, hold yourself accountable. Don't stress about things you can't control. You can only control your actions, and try to teach your children, family members, so on, and pass these good things on.
Now, is that going to tip the scale, like in the positive, from you picking up a wrapper that you dropped on the floor? Probably not, but it's a culmination of everyone's actions being put together. But you just reminded me of something. So do you recall, I want to say is in the beginning, one of our earlier episodes, under 100 for sure, we did an episode about like cardinal sins in the gym.
Yes.
Okay. One of them was
and stuff.
Gym etiquette. There you go. So I think we need to really share that again, or revisit some of those topics, or one in particular, because it's a little out of hand. One of them was on hygiene. Why in the hell is there a thing now that people just don't shower? People just don't shower.
Oh, they just don't want to. They don't want to shower in the gym.
No, I'm not necessarily related or limited to the gym. Just period. People just don't like it. So it started this debate, and I say debate because there is no debate, because wash your nasty ass. When a couple celebrities, in particular Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, what's that guy? Christian Christian
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And who was Dax Shepard, and another one, Jake Gyllenhaal. Apparently none of them, they just really don't, or they don't take daily showers. They don't wash their kids. They wait. I forgot who said it. I want to say, I don't know which one of the two. Whatever. They're all nasty asses. They were like that they don't wash their kids until they see dirt on them. And Ashton Kutcher, he says he doesn't take a daily shower. All he does is splash some water on his face after a workout. Can you imagine you finish training, right? And all you do is just take a little bit of water and just go, okay, and you're fresh. Would you feel fresh there? And I know it's totally different. As we alluded to before, we're in Florida, Southwest Florida, where it's like right around the corner from the devil's anus and it's hot as all hell. So, okay, fine. But let's just say go into another place. Let's just talk about like, here in the
in Alaska or
weeks,
some shit.
in the week span where it's not hot as hell. Even during then, you want to make sure you're taking showers and you're washing your ass. Why?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why people just don't. And they send their kids to school this way.
Oh,
Yes,
but
imagine you going to school as a smelly kid. Who wants to be the smelly kid?
There was smelly kids growing up. Even even as adults, yeah, bro, it's disgusting.
And unless there's a medical, and even if like let's just say you tell me, hey, it's a medical condition, I just sweat profusely, it's a bit much. Okay, fine. There's things over the counter. There's things that can be prescribed to alleviate that. Because how do you not smell this? How are you not aware of your own things that secrete from your body? That makes no sense. Now, let me just say this. I have been guilty of sometimes, does it ever happen to you that you got to rotate like your deodorants? Because I feel like I use one and then it just stops working. And it's weird because it's only one of my arm, one of the underarms, not both.
Fun fact about me, I don't wear deodorant every day. But I will tell you why. Ever since I was young and went through puberty, I never had a strong odor. And I would do it. I would put it on because everyone's doing it. I by teenage years, puberty, everyone stinks. Before everyone has like a freaking heart attack or like it's like their eyes are opening up right now.
Like mine.
It's no, and I'm very objective with smell. Like I brush my teeth 3 to 4 times a day, especially now that I have Invisalign. I brush my teeth even more. I always like check because
you gotta give yourself a check.
Yeah, and I just don't have a strong I don't have an odor. Like it doesn't smell like, and I'm objective. Like I'm very like paying attention. Like what I'll do, dude, like is that I notice that the only time that it does like gain like some type of BO, it's not even strong. It's more so like if I'm eating poorly, super stressed out, or I'm drinking a lot. For some reason, that's when you start to sweat and have like a little bit of a smell because it's almost like your body's getting rid of that shit, right? So I do believe like what you eat makes a big difference on pH balances and all that other good stuff. Like especially for ladies, your guys too, you got to make sure you're staying like you're not smelling. And I understand you don't want to have a strong like fragrance smell. That's understandable because some people like can't stand it, gives them headaches. But yeah, it's about like as long as I don't smell like anything, and even though I don't use deodorant. I'll use it a couple times a week just cause I like the smell of the deodorant, but it's like a little dab because ever since I was a kid, I was always wondered like I was always it sounds funny. I was even jealous, dude. Like that people got like that because to me it was like that's a manly smell, and I was like a man, and like that's my thought process. And I was always like, what the fuck? Like, am I just like when am I gonna like get manly smells? Like it's just it's just stupid. It's a stupid stuff that you think of, right?
Of course. But you don't want to do that, right? I mean, like, so I made a face when you said minimum. That. But then again, I know who I'm talking to. You're someone who is very conscious of like not only just you take pride in like for instance your appearance, and just you always seem to be well put together. So I guess I should have. That was my knee-jerk reaction, as I would with anyone. To say, imagine somebody tells you, oh yeah, I kind of just don't wear it so much. You'd be like, oh, hold on, can we take a time out here? Can you go put some on or something? But okay, I guess see there are certain kind of situations where people don't, and that's fine, but still you would be aware of whenever it gets it tips the scale and it's like, wait a second, hold up, I need to go freshen up some. So everyone needs to. I don't know why they don't. And someone tagged The Rock, and it was like, please tell me you're not the type of smelly ass celebrity. And then he replied actually back, and he was just like, hell no, I'm not. He takes at a minimum of 3 a day. One in the morning, I think he says a cold one in the morning, one right after training, and then a hot one after going to bed.
I have to sneeze.
No. It's just crazy.
But
When I heard that, I was just like, and then the crazy thing, one, and you know how we always sensationalize, celebrities, and just because other people doing it, and everybody else starts doing it, and then everybody else starts chiming in and saying that they don't. It's
to me, bro, it's pretty simple. It's
wash your
being
ass.
considered, yeah, being considered over other people, bro. Like I talked to us about this on the show like a year ago, and like time to time I'll bring it up. I think that's very important to carry baby wipes at all times as a dude. Like I have my
Hold on,
backpack.
hold on. There's a difference between baby wipes and butt wipes, right? So it's some of the baby wipes, they
Yes.
have like some type of fragrance, maybe not the ones with a fragrance,
So I
but
get, I
yeah,
get, I literally go wholesale and I don't buy like legit man wipes or whatever because I don't care. I literally
it's the
buy
same
the
shit.
packet
It's the same
I
thing.
buy the packet of unscented baby
Yes.
wipes that comes in with like I don't know how many sheets, like hundreds. And I carry one in my backpack. I have one in each bathroom in my house, and it's an
Can
essential.
confirm.
Yes, because dude, there's nothing worse than it's hot as fuck and you're go for take a number two, and then you're screwed the rest of the day. You feel gross. And on top of that, I also invested over a year ago
A
on
bidet.
deodorant for my package and like wipes, dude. Like they even gifted me a travel pack of little baby wipes, and it's like it's literally to keep yourself fresh, and it's consideration, man. And on top of that, let's be real. Like we expect as dudes our lady to be on point, if we're gonna be, going on the junk. But like we're going down and nose to the paint, you know what I'm saying? So like keep it YouTube friendly. But like you can't expect certain things from a woman if you're a dude, and then you're not doing the conscious effort at making sure you're taking care of your skin. Because I know the people like, I don't do anything. Like I put a little bit of I wash my face every day. I ran out of like the lotion, but I have to go get some more. But like little things like that, deodorant, baby wipes, bro. It's like it's about being clean. Like I shower, like I said, minimum twice a day, morning and at night, and then sometimes in the middle of the day, depending
Because
on
it's hot.
because it's hot and it's just want to freshen up or whatever. And it's a habit. You have to do it where it becomes habit, because if you just are not considered, but like dudes are nasty at times, man. Like I'll be honest, like some dudes are nasty and they just
Hold
don't
on.
care.
Well, on the note of dudes being nasty and the whole thing of hygiene, apparently this is a thing as well. I had no idea. Why the hell is it a thing where some dudes just they go take a shit and then pull up the pants and then just walk the hell out?
Oh,
Nothing, no
dude,
wiping, no
what?
nothing. What
What?
that? Oh god, that's just so damn disgusting. And that's so nasty. So you're
We
just
just
walking
grossed out
around with
every
shit
listener
stains on your
out.
damn underwear. But I'm
Oh,
saying this is a thing. Apparently, this I had no idea because I don't subscribe to this, but it apparently is a thing. So if you have a dude in your life and he's always very wary of you not doing his laundry or not being around for him when he does his laundry, should be a red flag. Make sure that he's wiping his ass. I don't know why the hell you wouldn't. It makes no damn sense to me. It's what is, and then one of the things that made, I don't want to say it made sense, but because again that logic can be flawed, but supposedly they were like that. It's because essentially touching an ass, touching a dude's ass, even though it's your own. So then my rebuttal to that would be like, so how the hell do you piss?
mm-hmm. That's a
Because was it,
stupid argument.
but
That's
but
stupid.
I know it's, that's why I said it's stupid. But then my rebuttal to that would be like, well, how the hell do you piss? Do you not, grab your deal when you piss? What do
Yeah.
you do? Is it always like, free-handed? So it's just is I just
Yeah,
as I'm
fellas.
stuttering, I just can't, get grasp the words because I just don't understand. Yeah, fellas, make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah,
If you're,
Manscaped, take care of yourself, be considerate. Don't, even if you're in a
yes,
relationship for a long time, your lady will
no,
appreciate this. Future ladies
don't.
will appreciate this. Whoever you take out, because it's just a hygiene thing. It's consideration for other people, not only yourself. You just feel good, man. You feel more attractive, you feel more confident um as a result,
But then,
so
take
but
it to,
but I want to say this
yeah.
about about the kids thing. And so when I said earlier, like I understand a little bit what they're saying here, obviously, because we know that germs and all that strengthens your immune system, blah blah blah. But like I said, to an extent, I don't want my kid like
Okay.
dirty, like where he's like full of dirt, like to be an excuse to bathe him. And I understand, like, I know Ben Greenfield, I don't think uses soap much. He uses specific kind of things like fragrances to clean himself. But he is a person that's very health conscious. And normally, if you're healthy, your sweat shouldn't create an odor that's very strong. That's usually a sign of like your health, other issues that you have going on in your body that's like just you're not taking care of yourself. So your body will reflect it. And by smell, obviously your appearance, your skin. If you're breaking out, if I break out on my face, like I get a zit or so, I know it's because of combination of usually it's alcohol related, a weekend of like drinking and or like greasy foods. It's either one of those two offenders or the combination of both with poor sleep. It's a recipe. Your body will reflect what you're doing. So
Yeah, it's just take care of yourself. And then also it kind of bleeds into other kind of aspects. Because let's just say, you meet so and so and you interact with them a couple different times, and every single time they kind of like smell bad. And I'm not talking about like something's a little bit off. I'm talking about like, dude, what the hell is in
mhm.
here? It smells like corn chips, smells like onions. It's just not good. Wouldn't your opinion or the way that you even kind of like view them kind of like change? Because if you're not taking the
Oh
time to
yeah,
wipe yourself,
100%.
then what else are you not doing? Right. So if someone like Ben Greenfield, who I know for a fact is extremely healthy, health conscious, if they would, I don't know, maybe I would probably at first, the first knee jerk reaction would be to be like, what the hell is that? But then I'd be like, well, but it's him. So I guess he's fine. Again, so that doesn't mean to say the next person that is kind of like that wouldn't be the same way. So I'm just realizing that right now. But still, just wash your ass. Do
Yeah,
us all a favor.
I'm all for like,
Public service announcement.
I'm all for like using natural products or trying to go back to the way things were. If you are living the lifestyle, if you're just someone that eats McDonald's and you're worrying about fucking chemicals in your toothpaste and your soap that you use for your your shampoo or whatever, then you got your shit like backwards. Focus on your food first, and then yeah, like you don't have to be lathering and scrubbing super hard every single time to be clean. Like rinse if you want to limit
Mm-hmm.
certain things and buy specific products. I get it, but you have to embody the whole lifestyle. Like this, to make this episode like to cater towards like the fitness side of it. We're starting to transition over. We should
Just a
have some
little bit.
little transitional music. We got to get a little soundboard on deck. But like, we're making that segue into what I said earlier about like you are a reflection of what you do. That your body is, right. Your obviously your actions are is a reflection of your behaviors and your habits, but also it reflects in the physical in the sense of how you look. We talked about breaking out, oily
Yep.
skin, bags under your eyes, maybe acne, like, in certain places, like your weight, of course, is an obvious. We're in fitness. Obviously someone that's severely overweight is a direct reflection of what they do on a regular basis. Maybe not every day, but 9 out of 10 times what they're
Yep.
doing on a consistent basis. I'm sorry, 6 out of 7 days. So usually that then. So
I know what you meant.
yeah, but it boils down to that, man. Like um you can't hide things forever. You can have a couple like cheat meals or not so good foods, but if that is like the bulk of your lifestyle, or lack of exercise, lack of sleep, certain practices that you want to improve that can drastically improve your health, whoever you are, it doesn't matter if you are advanced or beginning, these are going to be direct correlations. They're going to just really just be the billboard advertising, this is who I am, this is my lifestyle. When you see someone that's in shape and that has nice skin, dress as well, you usually think like this guy takes pride in himself, is very disciplined because he is 40 years old, lean, not like shredded, but like he looks good. And you know what, it's more ironically enough, the older people get, 40 plus, that's where I want to be when I'm at that age, like looking sharp, looking good, because that's when you really just you separate yourself from your peers.
Oh
When
hell
you're
yeah.
when you're in your early 30s, you can start seeing that discrepancy between you and someone that like looks way older and you guys are the same age. But when an older gentleman or an older lady is healthy, very impressive, because their skin looks much better than some of these 20-year-olds. Their body reflects much better than these 20-year-olds. Their mood, their energy, all these things are just very good. So these are things that you have to address. if you're someone that wants to make drastic life improvements, you have to look at these things too, because a lot of it's mindset. Yes, 100%. We're not going to make this a mindset episode, but all this is going to tie and play in your physical. We're talking about your physical things that you can do that are going to drastically improve your appearance and reflect a different image of you. And the reason why we're making this like a shallow-ish type thing, people will be like, the college just talking about the way you look, and that's vanity. The biggest thing that when you meet someone, first thing is your impression. Your first impression is very powerful. It's going to set the tone for the relationship. And maybe you can alter. Obviously, you might look at someone like, this kind of looks like he looks kind of like an asshole. But no, but then you get to know him. He's like, he's a great guy. But your perception was still that he was a dick. And you go into it in a very like different mindset versus if this person made a better first impression, it might have gotten you to a good place with that person's relationship much faster than if, these first impression things are a big thing. And I look at someone and I don't shame anyone. Do what you got to do. If you want to be smelly, you are a couple pounds overweight, that's on you, man. That's your body. You got to live with it, not me. But I will say this, it does matter in certain aspects of your life. This can be relationships, romantic relationships, jobs, may look at you and make certain assumptions based on these things. So I think that is very important to take care of yourself and for the vanity purpose. It does matter in the time that we live in.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's
Mhm.
kind of good because it at least lets you know, hey, some of these choices, things, the way that I'm living my life may not be the best for me. So it's a good indicator, right? Because think of some, and I'm sure you know someone like this that they do all these terrible things, and they're like, oh, but I look fine, so I'm good, right?
Mhm.
But internally, they're totally not. They could probably like complain about stomach aches all the damn time. They just they go when they do their business is
It's a
totally
murder
uncomfortable, and
scene.
it's exactly it's a murder scene all the damn time. So it's just those kind of these outward physical what do you call them? I guess shit.
Indicators.
Total indicators, that would be a good thing, would are positive, take them in a positive way of saying, okay, well, at least I know where I'm going wrong. Look at you, you've made the connection of whenever you get a zit, it's a culmination of one or multiples of three things. So
Usually,
when
yeah.
that happens, exactly. So imagine if you would not get a zit whenever that happens, or you would not get any kind of, you mentioned earlier, again with drinking, that it's gives you some type of BO. So what if that wouldn't happen? Then you'd be like, oh, I'm good. I can do
Mhm.
this. It's not a problem. Sure, I might wake up with a hangover, but who knows what it's doing internally to you? And what it's doing is just trying to get all these kind of shits just out of your body when it could just be holding it all in, and that would probably do much more damage than it's probably doing.
Absolutely.
So think of it as as a positive if you have these, or if you're exhibiting any of these indicators, and you can start addressing them. So it lets you know, okay, well, I need to work on this. And as you're working and as you're making better choices, things might change. Like for instance, either weight, your skin, your hair, bags in your eyes, or whatever may be going on that you can kind of like tie to positive behaviors, some changes in your body that are happening, and you'll be like, okay, well, I know that I'm on the right path and I'm going and making the right choices, or starting to, or I'm till going on to a better path than what I was before. So just at least use those indicators, like I said, as a positive, not always as a negative. And don't be, mad or jealous at the person next to you that they are doing the same as you, but you couldn't tell because they look fine. Because on the
Yeah.
inside, they're not fine. In the inside, they're probably just, rotten apple or something.
Yeah, no, and like the physical will be a big indicator of what's happening. And you may not suffer from being overweight, but you're like we talked about minor offenders like digestive system, skin issues, oiliness, uh, rashes, irritations, like stuff that will
Yeah.
kind of be reflection, not necessarily just with the weight necessarily. The weight thing for me is more of a discipline thing. It shows a lot of lack of movement and eating discipline. Those are two big indicators when it shows that. Now, when it comes to other things, it means that maybe you are doing some other good things, but you're dropping the ball maybe in some other areas in your life, whether it may be excessive alcohol, which a lot of people drink, especially now after 2020. This like everything just skyrocketed when it came to that. The the qualities of foods that you're having that maybe just not sitting well with you are big indicators. for it. But also people live in a chronic state of stress. Stress also releases certain things in the body that if too much of that stress could negatively impact you. Typically when you're nervous and you sweat, it's different than when you're just working out and you
Yes.
sweat. So yes, when someone may, or if I'm really anxious, you might get a little bit of that, like, okay, I need to put a little bit of deodorant on because it's off a little bit. But uh this all the altering these things are going to take, some real honest assessments with yourself as a person. Ask yourself these questions, analyze. It's not normal to go to the bathroom and then destroy it every single time. I'm just going to tell that for the my bros out there
Yes.
that are literally like proud of, like, dude, you don't want to go in there. And, it's like that badge of honor, like, I don't want to kill you, brother. And it's like, yeah, I don't want to die from like poison either. But so it's things that you got to want to address, like, my bros out there, my that are proud of their quote unquote manliness, which I thought the same thing too. But then I realized, like, yeah, it's probably not normal. I don't feel like dying every single time.
No.
And but addressing these things, you need an honest conversation with yourself, and also the process takes a bit of time. There is a delayed gratification to these things. It does take a while to get there. Some things are faster than others, but when it comes to, you can address the big rocks and get a very instant good positive feedback where it's like, I feel better, my skin's clearing up, my digestion's feeling much better now. Then as a other byproducts of these things are going to be the weight loss coming off, inflammation coming off, just starting to feel like physically, the physical starting to like also become more obvious if you're someone that needs to lose 20 to 50 pounds. um, Doing these things, starting to put in these practices, it takes longer to get that new pant size and new shirt size. But if you stick with it long enough, then you're going to get the really big, like, yes, hell yes. And I have clients that have just now hit their picks. I kind of gave a shout out to one of my clients, and they finally got to the point where they're down two sizes in scrubs. They went from an XL to a large, then the large got really baggy. Now they're mediums. And
Wow.
it's like, it took months, and people will see the end result, but I know that they stuck with it. Moments of like maybe discouragement, like we all go through, but now he's reflecting a whole new lifestyle. Not because he looked for the easy way out or the fast way to get that instant gratification, the world we live in. No, we knew that there was a price to pay. Wait for it, and man, oh man, it only gets better from here. It's only going to get better. We still got work to do, but to knock out big accomplishments, you have to have that in mind. Is think long game. These things that are worth it, whether it's financially, relationships, or physical, it's going to take a time to manifest itself completely to what it needs to be. But you got to be willing to like be patient and ride this thing out and not get sucked into those dopamine hits, of just the little insignificant shit, like saying no to that fucking Snickers bar at the grocery store to wait to get home and have a nice satisfying meal, which you're still going to satisfy the hunger eating the Snickers bar, but it's not aiding you towards your goal. It might fuck you up in your stomach. Where you get home to have a nice meal, home cooked meal with minimally processed stuff, you still satisfy the hunger, but then you get the other positive, bigger things of like, you know what? I'm glad I said no. First of all, I practice discipline, and now my body is actually feeling a lot better because I'm not getting the negative effects of like, one Snickers bar. And it's a Snickers bar. It's not significant in the big picture, but it's these things of every day delaying yourself from things that you just want in that moment to what you need to do to get done and get the real reward down the road.
Yeah, you can't be like, all right, I'm going to take this beer that I have in my hand and I'm going to put it down. I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm going to say no. I'm not going to look down and be like, well, where's the abs at? Where they at? What's going
Mhm.
on? I said no. Where's
It's
my
like
results?
it's been a week, so I'm just gonna go back to drinking beer. At least I'm happy.
It's not working. It's not working. Yeah, it's not even it has nothing to do with that. I mean, some things it might be faster than others, like you said. Maybe that either Snickers bar or maybe dairy or these certain kind of processed foods that you're
Mhm.
used to having, and you put it down for maybe a day, maybe two. You might notice you're like, oh, actually I'm feeling okay. My stomach isn't feeling all that bad. I'm not bloated. This happens
Mhm.
to me. Sometimes if I were to have like certain kind of foods late at night, I just get like, I just feel like just fucking gross, just like bloated. And I'm just like, why the hell did I do that? And it shit always fucking happens to me because I'm like, okay, let me get one. All right, I'm good.
I feel
Yeah.
fine. Let me get another. I'm still okay. And then I keep going. And I'm always good until I'm not. I think I've said this before. And that makes no damn sense. But right? Does that make sense? Like you're good.
Absolutely.
I take a bite. Okay, I'm good. Keep on going. And then I'm like, fuck. I should have stopped like, a couple of bites ago or a couple of whatever servings ago. So it's something that happens, something you have to realize for yourself what impacts you in positively and negatively, right? Because who the hell knows? Everyone's individual. So see what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what agrees with you, what does not agree with you, and then start from there. That's you got to be your own detective, your own private eye, your own Sherlock Holmes. Got to put on that that hat on that he wears, and then
Hmm.
just see start to see what can you change within your daily life, and then start adding to that. Put that down, put the Snickers bar down. If you have a couple of Diet Cokes, if you go from six to like to five to four to three to two to one, and then nothing. Eventually, just start weaning off of that. If you're that type person, if you're a
Hmm.
light switch kind of person that is either on or off, then fine. Just go cold turkey and then see what happens, and see after a couple days how all of these markers that we mentioned before, skin, hair, when you go handle your business, when you're just how you're typically feeling, do you notice that you're, not as bloated as you were before? That's another indicator, you're digestive,
Hmm.
how you're digesting things. So all these kind of things you can kind of see, and some will be faster than others, others not so much. It might take a little bit, but it'll be a hell of a lot worth it when you get there. When you get there, you can be like, oh my goodness, I feel so much better. I can't believe I was doing it. And then a way to fully prove this, go back and have like just one serving of what you had before. And I bet you're gonna be like, oh, I can't, I feel terrible. I know what it feels like to be good now. So let me just not, I don't want to get there anymore. And I'm gonna take those bag of, double stuffed Oreos and throw them in the trash.
And just to wrap this up on my point, beautifully said. It's you are the reflect. Just remember, you are a reflection of what you do and your habits, your lifestyle, your discipline that you have. You're a walking billboard of those things. You obviously have to live within yourself, your physical body. So why not make it the best? And then practicing understanding between that instant gratification, which is so easy to get, versus waiting it out, working hard and getting that, that later on, that delayed gratification, which is going to be more important, more valuable to you than just the cheap stuff, than the quick and easy access type thing. So, those are just the last things I had to say on our end. I think we did a pretty good job at kind of just having a good good way to finish off the week for our listeners, until we have our next Mindset Monday episode. Gabe,
A
any
lot of
final thoughts?
a lot of great valuable information. Hopefully hopefully none of most of our listeners, they understood what the hell where we were coming from and could put those things to use in any kind of aspect of their life. And we'll see, hopefully anybody that sees any kind of positives, just shoot back out to let us know and see where it's going and how it's impacted you.
Yes, and
Okay.
I know for Mike that's going to be doing the show notes and everything. Just the we can probably title this, so you are your own reflection, and or
Mm-hmm.
the pros and cons of the delayed gratification versus instant gratification. So we can probably give him some headsets. I know he's going to be listening to this and be like, "Where do I name this?"
So it
So
shouldn't be wash your ass.
and
No,
wash your
not
ass. I think we should put wash your and then put star. So yeah, no. But listeners, I hope you guys like this information. Gabe, you want to close us out with a dad joke?
Hey, yeah, you've heard of coleslaw before. I mean, Murphy. Fuck, totally fucked it up. Hold on,
Mac,
totally
mac,
fucked it.
mac.
Whack, whack, whack. What happens when you just, say something and all of a sudden you just totally fuck it up? Maybe I had some of that stuff. No, actually, you know what I had? Not good sleep. That's what I had.
Mm.
Today was the first day of school, so we had like 5 hours of sleep, I think, at tops because we just were setting everything up.
Mm.
Anyways, you don't want to hear any of that. Here's the joke. What did the Terminator say when he and his friends were dressing up as classical composers? I'll be back.
Dude, I was just gonna say that.
I always got to see, I got to cut you off. Then I
Yeah,
say
because
it. Then it seems as if you couldn't get it, but then I got it. See, this is how you do.
because
This is how
when
you
you
trick
said
people.
Terminator, I'm like, oh, dude, I got this. I got this. And then yeah, you saw that, and my brain was churning. Anywho, listeners, if you guys like this information, found it informative, found it valuable, found it funny, or you're completely grossed out at this point, let us know. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave this video a thumbs up. Comment, rating, and review always is helpful for us trending on these podcasting charts. I know the algorithm is changing, but I don't care. We don't pay attention too much to those things. We're not up in the up and up always, but we just want to make sure that you guys are getting the most valuable content out of this podcast. With that being said, check us out on Instagram pages at The Next Level Show. My personal page is at John Alva Fitness. Gabe, he's at Prime and Glory. And Mike, he's at Mike Nillis PT. And until the next one.